traditional solitaire game called Osmosis. And we're using the Theory 11 Star Wars Light Side deck. I wanted to use this deck tonight because I received a comment on one of my recent videos from someone. They were joking, obviously, but they said that I'm an industry plant for bicycles, which made me laugh, but it did make me realize that I've been using almost exclusively bicycle decks in all my recent videos, so I wanted to use a Theory 11 deck for this video. And I do have a bunch of decks that I haven't used in videos yet, but they're all bicycle. So in the future when I'm buying decks, I should probably mix it up more and buy some decks from other brands as well. Anyways, tonight we're playing Osmosis, which is a very unique traditional solitaire game. This game uses a foundation building rule that is, I don't think exists in any other game besides this game and variants of this game. Basically, foundations can be built in any order. They do not have to go in numerical order. So, you might be thinking, so what is stopping you from just moving all the cards to the foundation then? And the rule is that in order to move a card to the foundation, the card of the same value must have already been moved to the foundation above it. So the foundations are going to be laid out vertically, and you can't move cards to any foundation until the same card is already in the foundation above it. It's very unique, very tricky to strategize around, and it's also very frequently unwinnable. But we're gonna see if we can get one through tonight. That would be pretty cool. Let's give it one more shuffle, and then we'll deal out the first game, and I'll go into the rules in more detail. Alright, so to deal out this game, you want to deal 4 piles of 4 cards, oriented vertically, like this. The bottom 3 cards are face down, and the top card in each pile is face up. These are the reserve piles, and we're not going to be stacking on these piles. There is no packing, as it's called in this game. These cards can only be moved from the piles to the foundation. You can't move from one pile to another. Finally, before we get started, you deal 1 more card, the base card, which is a king of clubs. These are the foundations over here. So our first foundation is a club foundation, and all of our foundations must start with the king. You can move cards to the foundation in any order as long as you always start each foundation with the base card, and you cannot move a card to a foundation unless it has already been moved to the foundation above it. So our first priority is going to get cards to the clubs. We're also going to be looking for other kings so we can build our other foundations over here. The rest of the cards go into a stockpile. You deal cards from the stock 3 at a time into a waste pile like this, and the top card of the waste pile is available for play to one of the foundations. Again, you cannot move cards from the waste pile to one of the reserve piles. You can continue drawing cards 3 at a time from the stock until the stock runs out, at which point you can then flip over the waste pile and use it as a new stock. And you can redeal the cards like this as many times as you want until you run out of moves to play. So let's get started and see if we can win a game tonight. And right away we see one of our kings right here behind a 2 of spades, so we're gonna need the king of spades first before we can get the King of Hearts, which is a shame because we've got 3 hearts here on top. So we're not going to be able to move these cards until we get the King of Spades. And we have to get the spade versions of all of these cards first and the club versions. So we've got a lot of work ahead of us before we're going to be able to start working on these piles. Probably not going to move any of these clubs to the foundation until we know where the King of Spades is. There's the King of Spades. We're not going to play it yet, we're just going to go through the rest of the stock, but we're probably going to play it on the next turn. Now we also want to be on the lookout for the 2 of clubs, because the 2 of spades was the card that was blocking the King of Hearts. So we need the 2 of clubs and the 2 of spades before we can play the 2 of hearts. So let's keep an eye out for that. A Jack of Hearts would also be very useful, or sorry, a Jack of Clubs. There's the Jack of Clubs. Okay, let's take a quick look at the stock and see if the cards that we want are in it. So we already know we can get the Jack of Clubs by playing the King of Spades and then not playing any more cards. That way the Jack of Clubs will show up on the next deal. The 2 of Clubs is also available, but we're gonna wait to grab that until after we have the Jack of Clubs. So, let's go through the stock again. We're gonna play the King of Spades. We're gonna wait to play this. Okay, there we go. Our second foundation has been started. So we're not going to play any more cards for the rest of the stock, or else we're going to make it so we don't get that Jack of Clubs. So we're just going to put the rest on top and start over from the beginning. Now, I think we're not going to play anything up to the Jack of Clubs because I want to see what other cards we want. And leaving cards like that 2 of Clubs in for the time being will make it so that we can manipulate the stock better and get to the cards we want. Like we might want to get to that Ace of Clubs. So we'll leave our options in and we can play our stock a little more deliberately to try to get the cards we want. There we go. And we reveal our first card in the reserve. The Ace of Diamonds. That really doesn't help. Okay. So what we're looking for are the Ace, 9, and 4 of Clubs and Spades. Let's see if we have them. I know we have the Ace of Clubs. Do we have the Ace of Spades? We do not. Oh, we do. Okay. So we'll make sure we get the Ace of Clubs before we dig into this pile right here. So that when we do, we can get the Ace of Spades. But do we actually have a way to do that? Because we need to play 2 cards. Oh no. This might be a problem. Oh, I think we can do it actually. Okay, I think I've got a plan to get the Ace of Clubs. Let's start piles. That would be kind of a disaster, so we definitely don't want to play the King of Diamonds yet. We're gonna wait. Okay, now that this has gone by, I'm gonna play any clubs that we see. Ideally, this should be more planned out, but I didn't feel like planning this far into the future. It starts to get hard when I plan too far ahead, so at this point, I'm just going to play the cards that are available. Okay, so step 2 of the plan is to play the 2 of spades. We are not going to take the King of Hearts yet. We're going to wait, because this is going to give us the Ace of Clubs on the next turn. Now that we're past the Ace of Clubs, let's play any cards we can. We can play that. And now we should get the Ace of Clubs. There it is. So we play this here. And on the next turn, we'll finally take those 3 cards in the first draw. And we'll get our King of Hearts. And we'll be able to get this card off this pile. I don't know if we're going to be able to do these other 2. It's going to depend, I think, on what we draw underneath the ace. Ooh, we want that. Actually, we need the 9 of clubs as well. I actually don't know if the 9 of clubs is even in here. Let me just double check. No, the 9 of clubs is not in here. It's hiding in one of these. One thing I want to check before we do this is, are we going to get the King of Diamonds? No, we're not going to be able to. We're not going to be able to get these 3 and the King of Diamonds. Now, if we could get the Queen of Clubs and Spades, maybe, but we don't have the Queen of Clubs in here. Okay, so let's just do the planned moves here. And I think what's behind this pile is really going to determine it. So we better hope it's something good. Ace and ace. What is this? That's not gonna help us, and I think this game is lost. So let's see here. We can't get to this King of Diamonds. We would need the Queen of Clubs. The Queen of Clubs is not in the stock, so we can't get rid of any of these diamonds right now. And the 9 of Clubs is also not in the stock, so we can't get rid of this card. And I believe the 4 of Clubs is also not in the stock. So this game is unfortunately lost. And we really, all that work, and we didn't even really get many cards in the reserve pile. We got to flip 2 cards, and both of them were cards that were just basically useless to us. That's unfortunate. So that was our first game. Not very successful. Let's see if we can do a little better this time. And this is a game that is pretty highly dependent on the draw. It's very often that you have little situations that just render the game unwinnable. For example, let's say you have a heart on top of a reserve pile, and then the heart base card is in that pile. The game can't be won because you can't move the card on top without the base card. So lots of little situations like that can just make this game not possible to win. But I have won this game before. It is not impossible, but it is a bit rare. I'm hoping we'll get one tonight. I would be very satisfied if we could. Alright, let's deal our next game. A diamond as the base card. What do we get? It was a diamond. It was the Jack of Diamonds. Alright, we're already off to a good start. Because all of these diamonds can just be moved straight to the foundation. Alright, and we get our heart base card. Now I'm gonna wait before I play that, because if we get a Jack of Clubs in our stock, we might want to play that first. So we're not going to play that just yet. Let's go through the stock and see what we've got. We'll save that diamond for now. Looking for a Jack of Clubs. Lots of diamonds we can use to manipulate the stock if we need to. There we go. We don't even have to manipulate the stock for it. It's right on top. And we can play the 5 of diamonds immediately after and get this pile. As soon as we get the Jack of Clubs, we can reveal both of these cards. I'm not going to play these yet, though. I just want to see what's in the rest of the stock first. Like, for example, if there's a Queen of Clubs. Actually, we might have already gotten the Queen of Clubs. I don't know. I wasn't paying close enough attention, I don't think. There's the Queen of Diamonds. That's what I meant. I meant the Queen of Diamonds. And she's right here. And I'm just going to play her because we only have 2 cards remaining. So we're probably fine to do that. Okay. Now I do want to check just one thing. I want to see what the card after the Jack was. It was the 6. Oh no, that's not the right Jack. It was this Jack. It's the Ace of Hearts. Okay, I am actually not going to play the 5 of Diamonds straight away. I'm just going to play the Jack first. We're going to go back through the stock, and then on the next turn I'll play the Ace of Hearts, and then the 5 of Diamonds. So let's get to that Jack. The reason I want to do that is because then we'll be able to get the last Jack, the Jack of Spades. So we'll play this. We're not going to play the 5 yet. We can play the Ace, though. The King of Hearts. Okay. Now if we can get the King of Clubs, we can move this. I don't remember if that was in here. We'll keep an eye out. But this is the reason why I wanted to do this. We're going to get this on the next draw. Let's just play this now. And we'll go again. We'll take ace of hearts and the 5 of diamonds. And the jack of spades. There's the king of clubs. We should be able to get to it because I think we had a playable diamond. So we'll play this and this, which lets us play this, and we get 7 of clubs. Now we can move that if we get the 7 of diamonds, which I don't remember if we have. And we get this, our last base card. So we've got all 4 of our foundations started now. So let me just look. There are a few cards I'm looking for. The 7 of diamonds. That's right here. And we have the 6 of diamonds playable, which should get us the king of clubs. Okay. I want to see... Wait, so... that 7 of diamonds is... it's the second. Okay, we'll get the 7 of diamonds after we play the king of clubs. So, let's get that king of clubs by playing this. And we're not going to play any more cards until the king of clubs goes by. Now we can play cards. Actually, we want that to go by too. Oh, we don't even have to wait the next turn. We can play this right now. Okay. So let's just play these. Now we can play the 7 of clubs. Alright, well, that doesn't really help, but we will be able to get past this on the next turn. And we need the queen of clubs as well. Let's take a look out for the queen of clubs. I don't actually know if she's in here. Okay, so we're gonna have to hope we draw her. Now we should get the king of clubs this time. I actually just realized that this game is not winnable, just based on that first draw. We'll see how far we can get, but we can't win this one. There's the queen of clubs. Okay, that's good. But, like I said, we don't have any way of winning this one because of the first draw. And I'll show you why. Let's just go through the stock again. Okay, so the reason why this game is not winnable is because in this first draw, we've got the 2 of spades blocking the 2 of clubs. We can't play the 2 of spades until we have the 2 of clubs, so there is no way we can get past this draw. We can't get to this no matter what we do. So this game is also lost. And you get into these sort of situations very frequently in this game, unfortunately. What were these last 2 cards? Alright, well, there's 2 games. Both of them, at least, were like, we got to do stuff. We haven't gotten any games that are just straight up blocked from the beginning. So, at least we've been able to play the game. That is unfortunate. unfortunately not always the case. Alright, let's deal. Game number 3. So we would like a spade base card. Oh, we got one. We got lucky 2 games in a row. Okay. Now we want to be on the lookout for a 6 of clubs or a 6 of diamonds. There's the 6 of diamonds. We need to play 1 card to get to it, but then we also need the 9 and 7 of spades. Let's see if we see the 6 of clubs. There's the 6 of clubs. We get it if we play 2 cards. So what I think we'll probably end up doing is we'll play 1 card, get the 6 of diamonds, which will be 2 cards, and then we'll get the 6 of clubs on the next turn. Let me just see. Are the 9 of spades, the 9 and 7 of spades, are they in here? The 9 is. Okay. Actually, the 9 of spades might end up being one of the cards that we play. No, it won't be. Do we have... We actually might not even have any playable spades. Do we not have any playable cards before the 6 of diamonds? We just need 1. We need 1 spade. There, okay. We'll play this one. The 4 of spades. And if we see any other spades on this turn, we'll just play them now. We did not. So now we'll play the 6 of diamonds. That will give us the 6 of clubs on the next turn. I'm wondering if I should play the clubs first. Well, I think it's too late now. Okay, well, we're not going to play this yet. We're going to wait. Can we wait? This gets locked behind the 8 of diamonds if we wait. I think we have to play it now. Wrong pile. So we're not going to get the 8 of diamonds on the next turn. And we're not going to get the 6 of clubs either. I don't know, I might have just made a big mistake. Okay, let's see what we get. I think I might have accidentally ruined it. I might have locked myself out of the cards that I needed. Yeah, there's the 6 of clubs. And I think we've lost from here. Yep, that was kind of a blunder, I think. I shouldn't have played the 8 of spades. That was a mistake. But we no longer have any playable moves in the stock, so the game is over. So, game 3 was a bit quicker. I think we'll do 1 or 2 more. Depends how quickly this 4th game goes. I really want to get a win tonight, just to show that this game is in fact possible. That one was definitely my own mistake. I don't know if the game would have been winnable if I hadn't done that, but I ended the game sooner than it needed to be ended. Okay, let's deal the next one. Game number 4. Potentially the last one. It depends how long this game goes. Okay, hoping for a club. Oh, we've gotten lucky 3 games in a row. Okay. We really want the 4 of hearts. We want to see. Oh, no, it's on the bottom of the first draw. Okay, so we need the 4 of diamonds and the 6 of clubs. 4 of diamonds and 6 of clubs. There's the 4 of diamonds. We can get it pretty quick. Now we just need the 6 of clubs. The 6 of clubs is not in the stock. This game might be immediately unwinnable then. No 6 of clubs means we can't get past this card, which means we can't reach one of our base cards. Are any of our other base cards in here? Base cards are 4s. Oh yeah, the 4 of diamonds, but okay, what about the 2 of clubs? If we have the 2 of clubs, this game is still alive. We do. Okay, I think I have a plan. I have a plan to move this card. Our fate is going to be entirely dependent on what is under that card. We'll also be on the lookout for the 4 of spades. Not gonna play that quite yet. We're gonna play this first. We'll get that 2 of clubs on the next turn. Keeping an eye out for the 4 of spades. get the 4 of diamonds and the 2 of clubs. Alright, our chance of winning this game rests entirely on the card underneath here. Okay. I don't think that's gonna cut it. We don't have any other base cards in the stock except for the one that we can't get to. Let me just do one more look through the stock to make sure the 4 of spades is not in here. It is not. So we can't get this, and we can't reach the 4 of hearts because we don't have the 6 of clubs, so we can't reach either of these. So this game is also a loss. Alright, that one was pretty quick, so we'll do one more. I was hoping we'd be able to win one tonight just because I don't like when I demonstrate a game and I just can't show any wins. It feels like I'm doing a bad job showing the game. But for games like this, they're unfortunately just very hard to win, so unless I play a whole bunch of games and cut them all out, it's going to be hard to get a win. But I kind of have limited time tonight, so I don't know if I have the time to just grind out a whole bunch of games until I get a win. And we start with a 6 of hearts, which none of our reserve piles have a 6 on top. So we need to get a 6 of diamonds or spades or clubs. We need another 6. And then we need to get one of these cards of hearts. 6 of diamonds is what we would really like. 6 of diamonds, king of hearts, ace of hearts. There's the king of hearts. We're not going to play it yet. Let's see if we have the 6 of diamonds. Looking out for the ace of hearts as well. There's the ace of hearts. We get it if we play 2 cards. So, still looking for the 6 of diamonds. That is the card we want the most right now. I don't know if I've seen any 6s, actually. Okay, we can get the 6 of spades. Alright, let's take a look here. We can get the 6 of spades by playing 1 card, which will probably be the king of hearts. So we play the king of hearts. Is the 10 of hearts in here? If the 10 of hearts is in here, we can move that 10 of spades pile. The only 10 we have is the 10 of diamonds and the 10 of clubs. Okay, and let me just check again to see if there are any other 6s. 6 of clubs, maybe. Alright, well, with no 6 of diamonds or 6 of clubs, we can't move either of these 2 cards. And without a 10 of hearts, we can't move this card. So once again, we just have a lost game right at the start. So that's very unfortunate. I really would have liked to get 1 win tonight. But this is a very tricky game because you're so limited on the cards that you can move to the foundation. It means it's very easy to get a blocked position. I swear I have won this game before. It's not impossible. I think I read the estimated chances in a book saying that it's 1 in 8. I don't know if that's been mathematically confirmed. 1 in 8 sounds about right to me. It is pretty rare. I think that's going to be it for tonight. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this game. If you end up playing it yourself, I hope you have better luck than I did. Consider subscribing to my channel if you like single player card games. I've got a big video coming up soon on dungeon crawling card games. We're going to be playing a whole bunch of them in one video, and it's going to be pretty long, so that one's going to be cool. That should be my next video. Hopefully, it should go up next week. But for now, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a good night and sleep well.